Hi, I'm Erik Linask at Interop in Las Vegas again. I'm talking here with Polycom's Ben Guderian. Ben, thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you, Erik.
So we talked yesterday a little bit about some of the neat things that you're doing in the wireless space. I remember you actually showed me one of your latest phones, a nice ruggedized unit. Tell me a little bit about what you're doing.
Well, we've have a legacy of doing voice over wireless LAN that goes back 10 years. In fact, we're celebrating our 10th year since launching the first really marketable voice over wireless LAN solution at Networld Interop back in 1999. Back then, standards were still kind of early.
Sure.
So there's been a lot of progress along those lines. Back then, we were doing a lot of stuff with TDM PBXs, and nowadays most things are around standards and SIP.
Right.
So we've made a lot of progress there. But fundamentally, it's the same problem that we're trying to solve, which is you have mobile workers in the workplace that need to be in communication. People want to have high-quality telephone communication that's integrated with their existing call server, or PBX. And they don't necessarily want to pay airtime charges for that either. So those are the problems that we're trying to solve, and that's kind of been our legacy around voice over Wi-Fi.
Now, what kind of businesses are really interested right now, at least in the wireless phones?
It's primarily in vertical markets like healthcare, where you have a very mobile workforce. You have caregivers that don't sit at a desk all day, but they need to be in touch with doctors, with the pharmacy, with labs, other people within the hospital. Manufacturing is a great opportunity as well, because in those environments you have a big floor, you have a foreman or technicians that need to keep the machines running. The ROI is very clear there because they know exactly what the downtime costs them. So we have a lot of really good success in manufacturing, everything from semiconductors to submarines. Retail stores are a great application for this as well. So if you go into most of the large home improvement stores today, you'll find people carrying Wi-Fi telephones around so that they can stay in touch with customers. When you call into a retail store, you want to talk to an expert. You don't want to be put on hold.
Right.
So that's really the killer app for there. And we're starting to see a lot of adoption in the hospitality segment. And that's a lot of it's being driven by their adoption of Wi-Fi for guest internet access. It's an opportunity for a hotel to leverage that infrastructure for more than just guest internet access so that they can use it to be more responsive to guests, maybe even throw some data applications on there like being able to do wireless check-in and check-out, line busting type applications and things like that. So those are the real key markets. And by the way, over the last 10 years, it really has been those vertical markets that have been the early adopters, but also they've been really strong in terms of understanding the application and trying to do more and more with their wireless network for both voice and data.
Now, at least the phone that you showed me yesterday had more than just the voice over Wi-Fi capability. It also, I think, had push-to-talk capability, right?
Yeah, that's right. And so push-to-talk is a really great application that we throw in there as well. We have kind of an exclusive way of doing push-to-talk over an IP network. It's all built into the handset, so a user can go and make a telephone call. They can push a button and do a broadcast out to other users, just like with a walkie-talkie. And the nice thing about that is it doesn't require any external servers or any other applications to make that happen. The other thing we do, though, in order to kind of increase the value, is we have text messaging applications we support too. So, like for example, in a healthcare environment, integrating with something like a nurse call system means that when a patient pushes their bedside button to call a nurse, that information is displayed at the nurse's station, but also out on the handset, so the nurse can, be just down the hallway and walk back in and check in on the patient, or maybe even make a phone call back to the patient through the bedside speaker, so that they can actually have a real-time discussion around that. The text messaging stuff has come a long ways in terms of kind of integrating the things that people used to do with pagers, which was kind of one way,
right,
to what we can do now in two-way capabilities, because you have a handset that's got a dial pad, and you can actually respond through soft keys or key presses to the application. So even though it's not a PDA, that's not what we're trying to be in terms of application support. There's a ton of stuff that we can do just with a few lines of text and with the keypad and soft keys to respond.
With the exception of some of the vertical markets that you've already seen adoption in, what's keeping businesses at large from adopting, start to use wireless handsets?
A lot of it is the cost of deploying a wireless LAN. Even though wireless LAN technology has been around for more than 10 years, we still see that it's somewhat expensive to do comprehensive coverage for a large enterprise, although big enterprises are adopting it, but it's not necessarily mainstream yet. People have been on the fence waiting for the standards to gel. and now with 802.11n, which provides 100 megabits and higher data rates, I think that people can be very comfortable knowing that they have a future-proof kind of solution now. There's always been concerns about interference and the risk of other Wi-Fi networks interfering. One of the great things we're demonstrating at Networld Interop is that we're actually running on the interop net using 802.11a at 5 gigahertz. And so that's a great example of a very, very hostile wireless environment where you can make it work. So I think enterprises, as they realize that it is enterprise grade, the security's there, the QoS is there, they're going to start to adopt it a lot more. But you know, it's been a while till we get to. It's been a while getting to the point where those things really are solid.
Good. Well, Ben, thanks very much for joining us. We've been talking here at Interop with Ben Guderian from Polycom. Enjoy the rest of the show, and look forward to seeing more from Polycom in the wireless phone space.
Great. Thanks, Eric.
Thanks.